Hey guys, welcome to Motoroids.com. My name is Amit Changani and we are in Kishangarh right now. We are doing the first drive review of the all new Audi Q5, and this product has not been launched yet. However, it would be launched on the 18th of January. The new Q5 resembles its previous version, and in terms of design, if you really see, the proportions are very similar to the previous version. The car is very identifiable as an Audi Q5, so the proportions of it have not been changed much, although the design has a few new touches. And the first thing that you'll notice about the new Audi Q5 is the front, where the headlights have been changed. Now it features an all LED system with LED DRLs, and the grille has been changed. They call it the diamond like single frame grille. The front bumper and some lines etc. have also been changed, so it now resembles the Audi Q7 in a lot of ways. On the sides you get 18-inch wheels, reasonably smart, but could have looked a bit better. Not very fond of how they look. They could have been better, although the 60 profile tires definitely help the ride quality. They've been shot with Michelin tires. On the sides, if you have a look, Audi calls it this line as the wraparound shoulder line, and this is a key change on the sides. At the rear you get LED tail lamps, and that's how the car now looks at the rear. It gets these 4 exhausts, as you can see, twin 4 exhausts, and the tailgate now is power operated, so you don't have to pull it down. You just have to press this button here and it will come down by itself. Also, if you look at the boot space now, it's 550 liters, which is good enough for a family to go out for a longish holiday. So in terms of space, there is nothing to complain about. However, the car does not come with a full-sized spare, and Audi has given a space saver. We'll just show you. So this car comes with a space saver, which is good as a backup, but a full-size spare always is a proper backup for Indian road conditions. We are not complaining though, because that has led to this increase in the boot capacity, which is also very important. Also, a very good feature that Audi has included here is the capability of someone who wants to load the luggage here by using this this lever here, and you can flip the 40-20-40 split seats using these levers here, so you don't really have to go up front and put them down. So that's a good feature. Also, the loading lip is almost in line with the bay, so when you're taking stuff out, you don't have to pull it up too much. You can just slide it out like this. So that's another good feature to have. Now that's the story of the exterior and the boot, and now we are going to get inside the car and let you know about the engine, the specs, the performance, etc., what we have experienced over the past one day. To start off, this car is powered by a 2-liter diesel, and the power is 190 HP. The torque is 400 Nm, and as we drove the car, it feels pretty solid, very linear, but reasonably punchy. There is nothing to complain about in terms of power. A highlight of this one is its refinement, very refined. Inside the cabin there is hardly any noise, and the linear character of the engine, it drives all the way up to 4,500 RPM. So the car has a very clean pull, and it keeps pulling at around 2,500-3,000 RPM. There is a distinct shove that you get, although not very pronounced, but you know, it eggs you on to drive faster. In that sense, the engine is pretty capable for a 2-liter diesel. I think along with a 7-speed S-tronic transmission, which has been altered a little bit for more smoothness. The car feels really nice. Now let's start talking about some of the features that we have inside the car. So this is the AC panel here, and the controls for it have been changed. This is a rather new kind of an interface that you have, and it's pretty intuitive, looks nice, feels very rich, quality is pretty good here. And under that you have this drive select button where you can choose from among 5 modes. You have off-road mode, you have comfort mode, auto, dynamic, as well as individual mode. In off-road mode, the steering becomes very soft, the suspension also gets softer, and the throttle response is reduced to make sure that there is enough traction. In comfort mode, the suspension is soft, not as soft as off-road. Auto mode tries to tune various different parameters based on the kind of road you're driving in, the kind of mood you're in, the throttle input, the steering, etc. In dynamic mode, everything is sharp, the steering is heavier, the transmission is more responsive. And individual mode, you can choose all the settings all by yourself. Now you also get this trackpad here, which can be used for character recognitions. So you can basically use this to feed in address, etc. On navigation, or to find a name in the contacts of your phone. Apart from that, you also get these 8 numbers here, so you can assign any of these numbers to a specific function. Like if you press 1, in this case it would show us the route from the airport to our hotel in Kishangarh. Similarly, if we press 2, it's been assigned to the navigation from the hotel back to the airport. And similarly, you can also assign radio stations to these numbers, so that comes very handy. Another great feature that you have is this key here, which can remember 5 settings for the driver, and once you shut the car off, it would remember the mode of the driving mode that you were driving in. So once you get back into the car, it will automatically select the specific mode that you left the car in. And the second thing that it would remember is your ORVM position, so it will set it to the previous setting. The third thing that it would remember is the music source that you were playing your music from, and it would also remember your seat memory, and it will set the seat to the setting that you left it on. And one more thing that it would remember is the AC temperature. So if you left it at a certain temperature, it would set the car back on that temperature. So that's a great thing to have. This shifter lever here is yacht styled and feels very nice to hold. Very well done. Audi has also reduced the number of buttons on the MMI panel, so it's more intuitive and easier to use. You also get this wireless charging unit here. So if your phone is wireless charging enabled, you can just put it here and it will charge. You also get the phone box, the Audi phone box, which essentially uses the car's antenna to improve the connection so that the reception of calls is better. Under storage in the armrest is pretty good. You can pop in a few phones or a couple of wallets. You also get 2 USB sockets along with an aux in, so all of that is pretty handy. The car also gets this all new 3-spoke steering wheel, which again, you know, is typical Audi in terms of controls and very easy to use. You can use all the controls very easily. And you have this Audi virtual cockpit, which can be customized according to your needs. So right now it's in the standard view, and if I change the view, it would reduce the size of the tacho and the speedo to show me the navigation in a bigger format. Now this is one part of it, and there are various different menus inside. So it's a pretty comprehensive system, and it's one of the best right now. So that's a great feature to have. We have a couple of gripes as well. The front seat is comfortable. Both the front seats are comfortable, but unfortunately The front passenger seat does not have electric controls, so you have to move it manually using a lever down there. So that's something that we do not appreciate too much, because for a car this class they should have given powered seats on both sides. And this panel also here is, you know, slightly plasticky, could have been leather covered for a more premium feel. There are a few things which make the front part of the car feel not as premium as it should have, although everything on the dashboard has been set up very well. The quality of materials up top, these wood inserts, everything has been put together very well. So the quality of materials and everything is pretty good on the dash, although on the door panel we have a couple of complaints. Apart from that, the car also gets a panoramic sunroof, which is pretty huge, and this is something that families really want to have in their car, especially if it's a premium car. So this huge massive panoramic sunroof is definitely going to lure a lot of people who want to buy in this segment. This is a very big roof and lets a lot of light come in, so we really like it. Now we drove this car for about 200 kilometers, and our first impressions are very solid. This car has all the options checked in terms of the engine transmission combo. The car's engine is very refined, the insulation inside is very good, the 7-speed S-tronic transmission works very well. So in that sense, the power and transmission is absolutely spot on. Although this is not the top of the line variant, there is also a 3-liter V6 which is available in the international market. Right now it's not been introduced, and we think that probably it would not be introduced here, although that is the kind of power that you'd want from this kind of a car. But having said that, for all practical purposes, this engine is enough and more for what an average guy would want from his car. So let's move towards the back and see how comfortable or uncomfortable the back seats are. So this is what it looks like, and legroom is not a problem at all. You also have plenty of space in the door panels here as well as up front. You can easily store big bottles, and that should not be a problem. In terms of legroom, you have enough legroom here, so legroom is not a problem. Although if you can see, there is a big transmission tunnel here, and that would not allow a third person to sit very comfortably in the middle. So there is ample room for two people to sit in comfort, although the third person would be a bit of a squeeze. The headroom is also sufficient. There is no problem in terms of headroom. So in the back seat, the comfort for two people is not an issue. You also get rear AC vents with customizable temperature control. So this is essentially a 3-zone climate control, and in that sense it is pretty loaded. One issue, as we mentioned, is the space for the third person, and the saddle armrest is pretty wide too, so if you're going for a long journey, even two people can put their arms here and they would not be brushing with each other. This thing also gets 2 cup holders, although the size of the cup holder is not too big, and if your cup is too big, probably it would not fit. The front seats, as we mentioned, are pretty comfortable, although in this class of cars sometimes you have the thigh support extender, which this one does not have. So overall it's a very good package for those who are willing to buy a premium SUV for their family. And although this has not been launched yet, we are expecting an aggressive pricing from Audi, and expect it to be priced around 50-55 lakh rupees. Although we cannot comment upon that very assertively at this point in time. We'll be able to tell you that only when we attend the launch event. So in terms of competition, this one has the GLC as its competitor. It has the Discovery Sport as its competitor. You also have the XC60, which is a very well equipped car, although it's slightly expensive. We are not sure whether Audi will price it substantially below that, but that product is also very sorted. But if you look at this product individually, it's very balanced. Of every 3 Quattro cars sold, one is an Audi Q5, and there is a good reason for that. This is a very balanced car, and for someone who's looking to buy a car in this segment, it's very good. In terms of driving dynamics, the steering is not very heavy. It's slightly on the lighter side, so if you're a driving enthusiast, someone who wants to drive his car very enthusiastically, probably this would disappoint you a slight bit, but it holds its line very well. There is a lot of grip available from the Quattro system. It can do a bit of soft roading, and for someone who has an active lifestyle, who wants to go out with his family, wants to discover places, this comes with very good ground clearance, a capable all-wheel drive system, and an engine which is pretty capable, a transmission which is top-notch within its class and above. So from all of those perspectives, this is a pretty capable car. In dynamic mode, if you want to drive very fast, the steering gains some weight. There is loads of grip available, although the connected feel is slightly missing. So it's a very practical car, very comfortable, very well balanced. And if someone is looking for buying a car, a premium SUV in this segment, this is going to be a very strong contender, and we really think that this one is going to help Audi get some really good sales. So we hope that this quick video was useful to you, and we are going to come up with a very comprehensive review on our YouTube channel as well. But for now, this is all the information we have, and we hope that you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for watching. This is Amit Changani signing off.